Hey everyone, good evening. I'm meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, and we are about to do a deep dive in your most reliable forecast. Now, temperatures today have been running well above average for this time of the year. It's very mild. We've had highs in the 60s with some 50s, and the warming trend is not over yet. That's right. It gets even warmer by tomorrow, and then a shift in our weather pattern, followed by our next system, but that next system holds off until this weekend. So, in this deep dive, we're going to take a look at what's been happening, why this mild weather pattern has taken shape, and what happens next, how those changes are going to impact our weather pattern through the next several days. Starting off with what it looks like right here and right now. Through the day, we've had a mixture of sunshine and clouds. At times, tons of sunshine. Right now, we do still see some of those clouds across Central Oregon, and none of them are bringing any precipitation anywhere near us. In fact, throughout the high desert, roads are dry, and we can even see some of that the shadows happening on the surface of the roads. So that means that we do have the sun shining through the clouds for many of us. And as the sun sets, temperatures are going to get cold again tonight with some pockets of fog possible. Now, it's not going to be widespread freezing fog like we saw in January. However, some of us will get fog, and there's the chance that those locations get to near and below freezing, and so some freezing fog will be possible. But look at this, our snow report shows that we haven't gotten any new snow at all, and that was in the forecast. It's just wreaking havoc on our slopes, especially if you're a Hoodoo fan. They lost another inch. Yes, still closed down. This is technically their weekend. However, they're going to delay their opening next week, hoping for more snow. Now at Bachelor, we're just over 2 feet, 2 feet 4 inches, 28 inches, and at Timberline and Meadows, no change, 3 feet. Now Wednesday's powder prognosis has no new snow overnight. By tomorrow, where those pockets of fog are, that lifts up, it dissipates, we get back to sunshine. But through the highest elevations, it's mostly going to be sunshine, and high temperatures get into the 50s by the afternoon, midday and afternoon hours. Now, we do have a broad ridge of high pressure that's anchored over the Pacific Northwest. This high is bringing the three S's. We have sunshine expected. Sorry, I bumped the mic. We have sunshine expected. We have stability. No systems are expected to develop, and this isn't an environment that's conducive for any systems to stay together if they do roll in. And we have subsidence thrown in there as well. And because of that subsidence, we are looking at some reduced air quality. Last night, it even got down to poor for some locations, specifically around Lapine and a few others. In the next couple of nights, that pattern is staying true. And so the National Weather Service has an air stagnation advisory on this side of the Cascades, and the Oregon DEQ, the Department of Environmental Quality, has an air quality alert for Deschutes County. Now, when we look at air quality conditions from both eSpace and the DEQ is a base map. That is courtesy airnow.gov, and it's showing all green, good air quality. The sensors from eSpace are mostly green except for the one at Madras. It is orange, unhealthy for sensitive groups. And when we look at the purple air sensors, mostly green, few yellow, couple orange around Lapine, and one near Sisters is orange, but for the most part, good air quality. Now, that's not going to stay that way. As the sun sets, we begin our cooling trend, and as the air mass cools, it tends to shrink, and when that happens, it condenses a little bit, and that's where we get some of that those particulates stacked up together, and that's when we're looking at some reduced, maybe even poor air quality. Now, we've had some clouds overhead, and the system that's rolling inland is pretty much fizzling out, but it's also transitioning to a warm front of the next system that could be impacting us. But for the most part, we have a whole lot of cloud cover, no precipitation in sight, and winds are mostly at a light breeze. Now, there is abundant water vapor at altitude, further out over the Pacific Ocean, but right here over Central Oregon, we've gone from very dry air mass to just a few clouds over the region, and there's no rain falling. Those white lines, those isobars, are pretty far spread out, so we don't have much in the way of really strong winds, and it's barely going to get breezy until we get to Friday and Saturday, and then by Sunday and Monday, it's just gusty conditions. So your forecast model has some pockets of fog developing this evening and overnight. That's spreading to parts of the high desert, but also overnight, the warm front of that next system rolls through, and we're looking at some internet clouds basically just brushing by us, not really impacting us, but we get the warmer air mass through Wednesday. By Wednesday morning, we're starting off with some areas of fog, and then that lifts up, it dissipates. By Wednesday night, more areas of fog are expected, and that's when we could actually be looking at some freezing fog for parts of Central Oregon as well. By Thursday, we're back to sunshine, and it stays that way across the high desert. So super dry conditions to moderate for Sisters, Madras, Warm Springs. Actually, if you're along or north of the 126 corridor, we have moderate humidity in the air, but the rest of us, it's super dry. High temperatures today were mostly in the 60s with some 50s, splitting either side of 60 degrees, really, and that's right where we had the forecast yesterday, and right now we're sitting in the 50s with a few 40s on the map, so already starting to cool off, already beginning to become chilly. And temperatures are running between 7 degrees cooler and 4 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. Now, for tonight, we're falling back into the 30s to near freezing for most of the high desert. Some 20s are going to be possible, but then by tomorrow, we're through the 50s. We're into the 60s. Some 50s left out there, but overall, mild, well above average for this time of the year. This is when we're between 15 and 20 degrees above average. And all the way through Friday, we are extremely dry, not looking at any precipitation because of this broad ridge of high pressure just anchored over the Pacific Northwest. So let's dig into this a little bit. We are expecting roller coaster temperatures, and that's mostly because this high pressure starts to flatten, not because another system's rolling in, but it's opening the door for the next system to roll in. By Saturday, a lot more cloud cover is expected. By Saturday night, showers are in the forecast. Then we're getting wetter and even cooler on Sunday, and Sunday's when those snow levels really start to fall. So your forecast model starts us off with some pockets of fog through the overnight hours, in and out clouds. By 7 a.m. Wednesday, outside of those areas of fog, we're mostly clear. Through the rest of Wednesday, more sunshine, some light clouds, dry, and a light breeze. By Wednesday night, more areas of fog. So this is just like that high resolution forecast model we were looking at. It's showing the better chance of fog is Wednesday night going into Thursday. That's when it could become freezing fog. By Friday, more clouds, but still dry. By Saturday, that cold front starts to make landfall. Still dry during the day Saturday, and it's not until Saturday night that we get the next chance of some showers. So by Sunday, in fact, it's not even Saturday night, it's Sunday morning. Look at this. This new forecast model update shows that by Sunday at 10 a.m., still dry, and then rain and snow showers roll through. In the highest elevations, we could be looking at snow, but all the way through this event, even in the lowest elevations, not much is expected. Maybe call it a wintry mix, maybe some slush on the roads. Now, winds have not been too strong today. Gusts up to 17 miles per hour. In fact, some cases, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Actual wind speeds, 2 to 12 miles per hour, not too bad. And so we've been staying at a light breeze. It has become a little breezy at times, and that's the case through Wednesday and through Thursday. Getting breezy at times, but by Thursday, wind speeds tick up. It's more like 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusts 20 plus, and then stronger winds by Friday. So for tonight, bottoming it out near freezing, a few spots above freezing, and some 20s expected. By tomorrow, 60s with some 50s. This will be the most mild day out of the next 7, because by Thursday and Friday, the ridge of high pressure starts to flatten. By Friday and Saturday, winds are getting breezy. By Sunday and Monday, winds are getting gusty. Notice, Saturday night, more clouds roll in, maybe a few sprinkles. By Sunday, showers are expected. Mostly cloudy conditions, gusty winds, and then some snow showers during the overnight hours Sunday night, and then again on Monday night. But we were just looking at that forecast model, and it doesn't look too impressive as of right now. However, those temperatures go from 60s to 50s, and then to the lower to mid 40s across the high desert. So a quick recap for you. We are looking at this spring teaser continuing for a little while longer. Temperatures staying well above average, feeling more like April than early February. And plenty of sunshine is expected. We stay dry, some in and out clouds, even some areas of freezing fog. Not out of the question. Mostly not tonight, but tomorrow night. And chilly starts with AM 60s and 50s. Yeah, that's staying with us too. But right now we have no precipitation in sight, not just for the Tri-County area, but also when we look across the Pacific Northwest, the closest showers are just pretty much over the Olympic Peninsula, and a few light showers going up into the Cascades of Washington. But Oregon, a lot less precipitation in our neck of the woods. Now, that is the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines, your most reliable forecast. It's at 5, 6, and 11 on ABC, 5, 6, 7, and 11 on CBS. We'll see you then.